Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Monday the 16th of May 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1. The S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.25% today to 7,093 points. Given the strength in European and North American markets over the weekend, it was, shall we say, a muted trading day. Industrials did best, thanks to a big deal involving Brambles. More of that in a moment. Tech stocks also did well, led by cloud accounting group Xero, which continued its better performance of late last week, closing more than 3% higher today. The banks had a good day mostly, led by Westpac, which rose 1.6%. Fortescue Metals fell by more than 2%, while both Rio Tinto and BHP were off 1%. Macquarie Group, CSL, Wesfarmers and Woolworths were all underperformers today. Logistics group Cube Holdings said it had successfully completed a $400 million off-market buyback, sending its share price up more than 5%. It was the best of the top 200 outside Brambles. Lithium group Pilbara Minerals rose more than 5% as well. Some of the local coal companies are doing pretty well at the moment. Yancoal and Bowen Coking both hit record highs today. Both are up more than 100% since late January. That's what happens when coal prices go through the roof. Cooper Energy lifted its profit guidance today, sending its share price up 3.7%. On the flip side, biotech Imugene fell more than 5%. Story number 2, pallet maker Brambles today said it had received a takeover offer from private equity group CVC. It didn't say how much and said it was very early stages. Media reports put it at about $20 billion, and that was enough to send Brambles' share price up 11% today. Story number 3. The federal election is just 5 days away, and both parties are talking up their credentials around housing. Labor's plan is to help 10,000 low and middle income home buyers by taking an equity stake of up to 40% in the house they buy. They would then get 40% of the proceeds when the house is sold. That's the government, that is. The Coalition's plan is to allow first home buyers to withdraw up to $50,000 from their superannuation to buy a house. The actual amount depends on how much people have in their super account. If someone has $125,000 in super, they can get the full $50,000. Critics point out that first home buyers mostly don't have that much in super. Many market watchers have warned against demand-based housing policies. Both the Coalition and Labor policies are all about increasing demand, not supply. When supply ain't increasing and more people are trying to buy a home, guess what happens? Prices rise. Isn't that going against what we're trying to do here? Superannuation Minister Jane Hume admitted as much this morning, but said that would happen in the short term. Over the longer term, prices would fall. Story number 4, a couple of pretty remarkable moves on the ASX today from 2 tiddlers. Step One's share price fell 55% after the underwear manufacturer, which listed in November last year, said sales in the United Kingdom and the United States were slower than expected, and pre-tax earnings would be about half what its prospectus said. The company listed at $1.53 and yesterday closed at 22 cents. On the other end of the spectrum, cobalt and nickel explorer Galileo Mining jumped more than 55% after small cap investor Mark Greasy upped his stake to 26% of the group. It was a record high for Galileo. Good for those shareholders. And finally, story number 5, oil giant Saudi Aramco posted its highest profit since listing on the back of surging oil prices. Now, just a couple of years ago, Saudi Aramco was the biggest company in the world. That title was passed to Apple, but the sell-off in tech stocks in recent months means Aramco has retaken the lead. It is, once again, the biggest company in the world. It's controlled by the Saudi Arabian state, and it made net income of nearly $40 billion, with a B, $40 billion US dollars for just 3 months. Not bad. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 16th of May, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Tuesday Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.